What up, y'all? It's Season Love, SENLUV, that's who I be. And welcome to another episode of the Money Healing Monologues. Over here at the Money Healing Monologues, I like to open up a space to speak about the development of Black wealth, health, and excellence. So join me every single Monday. I like to reiterate, reteach, and dissect some shit that I just think us as a Black community should speak about. And of course, the purpose of this is to open up a conversation. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, or I ruffled some feathers, sparked up some comments or thoughts, please feel free to comment them down below. I love to hear different perspectives and just learn the different angles we could be viewing these collective things that we all go through or we all experience. So this week we are going to be speaking about minimum wage. Now, it's, minimum wage is pretty self-explanatory. We know what minimum wage is. And as you know, and if you don't, I like to go down who, what, where, when, why, and how format. And the how will always be a question that is in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube, or in the question box if you're listening in on Spotify, Anchor, or Apple Podcast. I realize in another one of my podcasts, probably like the one from last week and the one from the week before, I was saying Apple Music instead of Apple Podcast. But you know what I meant, girl. Like, you know what I meant. Like, I'm weak right now. I also have music on Apple Music though, so you can still find me wherever, basically on every platform. Let's get into it. Starting me off with my who, I asked, who does this affect? Obviously. And I said, everyone who works plus the people who makes us work. So I was saying that everyone who works, it affects us negatively. And then the people that make us work, it affects them positively. And then bringing me into my what, I asked, what is minimum wage? Just to clarify exactly what it is for in a realistic standpoint too. It's the lowest amount they will pay the workers who literally do everything. So if you're a part of any type of job, like corporate, whatever job that you have that's like a regular 9 to 5, like that is most definitely 100% the lowest that they will pay you. And I don't know, my perspective just be like, why did y'all choose to pay us the lowest amount when we are a part of what makes this entity move on a day-to-day basis? And then bringing me into my where, I asked, where did this energy come from? So this energy of not even this energy, or just this quote unquote fact of paying workers minimum wage, where did that come from? And I said that it came from greedy individuals that wanted to control everything. They wanted to control us, our minds, and, how much revenue that they were getting. I genuinely believe, and of course, this is my opinion, there's a game to all of this. You know what I mean? There's a game to this monopoly society, patriarchy that we all live in. There's a game that they're playing in order to keep us complacent and keep them on top so that they can keep benefiting off of us while leaving us with nothing. You feel me? Or with scraps, the minimum. You know what I mean? And then for the when, I asked, when did we first establish, or when did we first accept minimum wage? And I said back in the Industrial Revolution days, when we first started being introduced to the workforce. I think I had made a skit about this on my TikTok. I remember the first minimum wage, the first minimum wage that they established was 25 cents an hour. 25 cents an hour? Are you shitting me? Are you dumb? Are you crazy? Are you stupid? What the fuck? 25 cents an hour is beastie, crazy, stupid, crazy, wild, low. That's actually disrespectfully low. Yeah, back in the Industrial Revolution, when they realized oh shit, we could be profiting off of all these niggas that don't know. And the only reason that they were able to do that is because we literally did not know. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. And the people that took the reins first to be the leaders of this world were filled with greed, hate, and selfishness. And then bring me into my why, I asked, why should we discuss this? I said, because why would we accept the bare minimum? Why are we here accepting the minimum of wages that they could give us when we are doing the maximum of work. And then they be trying to pile work on top of that. The way that this society's workforce is implemented is to keep people in a rat race, and to keep people in that minimum bracket. And I think that the only reason that we keep going in this cycle with them is because we literally keep accepting it. We can't expect for things to change or for them to give a fuck about giving us more if we remain complacent in the things that, or the experiences that they already created for us. Because the experiences that they created for us were meant to keep us complacent. Like, we're literally doing what they want us to do, which is ignoring the fact that it is the minimum wage and just accepting because that's just life. No, absolutely fucking not. I don't accept it. That's why I don't work a fucking job. It's really detrimental to our growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important that we raise our standards so that we can be met up there. And then I guess the question would come, or like, okay, what do we do if they don't want to meet our standards? What are they going to do when we stop holding their businesses on our backs? You know, if we all stop working, if we all stopped working today, the whole entire economy will fucking crumble. We all stayed in the house. We stopped paying for shit. All of that. We started coming together as communities, you know what I'm saying? Started congregating. You know what I'm saying? Because once the people start congregating, they start shivering in their boots. Because it's only a little bit up there in the 1% that's still being held up by us working and upholding this capitalist, patriarchal society. It's only a little bit up there in that percentage. So imagine if the whole bottom percent, all of us just stopped, we froze. I bet you it'd take about 2 weeks tops for them to hear our demands. True tea, I think, because it's the power of the people. We have the power. Do what you will with that information. That's just how I feel. No, I said unity via social media plus word of mouth. We can either use social media for the shit that they want us to use it for, which is distracting us and keeping us distracted from the fact that this is an actual terrible fucking society that we live in. Or we can use it to our advantage. We can use it to educate each other. We can use it to connect with each other. We can use it to really start understanding and building up the things that we actually genuinely want out of our lives. You know what I mean? We don't have to keep playing this game because this game is dead. The white man's fantasy. I'm weak. And the quicker we all stop playing, the quicker we can start breeding our new world. Gangsta. And that's just how I feel. So it is, so be it. I'll share. And then bringing me into my how. How can we create more spaces within our community to not only connect, but come to collective decisions? Like, what would a space where, we can all come together and come to like a collective, cohesive consensus for all of us to start like abiding by? Because we have to understand that it's collective consciousness. All of these social constructs are upheld because of collective consciousness. So because we all collectively believe in this, that is why it still exists and it is still upheld, because our energy is being put into that. Like, a good example was monkeypox. Everybody was paying monkeypox. Everybody was like, okay, girl, because I'm not about to keep doing all of these diseases with you. You're gagging down crazy, and I'm tired of it. So everybody started ignoring monkeypox. And monkeypox disappeared. I have not met one person. And I live in NYC, and apparently this was one of the cities that had like the most cases and shit. I have not met one person. I've not encountered one person with monkeypox, and like nobody is talking about it no more. And it's like it just vanished off the face of this earth. That is the power of collective consciousness. If we all collectively stop believing in a certain thing, it will cease to exist. Just like if we all collectively started believing in this said thing, it will breathe. It will have life. It will breathe. It will become something. Does that make sense? That make dollars? You understand? You understand? Do you overstand? Okay, all right. But on that note, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Money Healing Monologues. I really, really, really appreciate you for being here, taking the time to listen to me, and taking in my perspective. I'm immensely grateful for your time and your energy, and I hope that this episode, just like all my episodes, resonated with you and helped you shift any type of perspective that will be beneficial to your highest good. Please don't forget to like this, subscribe to the podcast, tune in every single Monday, share it with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Share it with somebody that you think needs to hear this, or you want to just, crack their scalati a little bit. We want to get people to start thinking. We want to get people to start expressing their opinions. Like I said, regardless if you agree with me or disagree with me, or you on the fence, like, your opinion is still valid. Your perspective is still fucking valid. And we all need to learn how to voice that, because that's how we come to collective consensus. That's how we come to collective and cohesive decisions. You feel me? So, amen. That's just me, and I'm just using my power, my light, to shed some awareness, give some perspective, and help you free your mind. Okay? That's the goal. Free your fucking mind. Period. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right? Peace. I love you.